Hey everyone, today we're going to read the graduation ceremonies article again and do a comprehension activity together. I failed to mention the think page yesterday, but it is on your activity list. I'd like you to complete that think page that asks you questions about when you graduate. I'll show that to you today too. We're going to work on picture vocab review and comprehension activities today. You have the worksheet to do. I challenge you to pause the video when I do it on screen and see if you can answer before I answer. So do your best to pay attention to this story. I'm going to pull up the article here on News to You. I also want to say that some of your packets look different than this. Some of your packets have more words and fewer pictures. And some of your packets have less words and more pictures. So I sent you a news article that's at your reading level. So you might not be able to follow right along with your packet, but you can follow along on the screen, which is why I tried to make it nice and big for you to see. So here's our graduation ceremonies article. The think page that would be in the same packet as your article looks like this. And it asks you these questions. So while we read today, I want you to think about these, and I would like you to be able to answer these after we talk about graduation. When will you graduate? Who is your favorite school leader? So teacher, principal, staff, helper, and what will you celebrate this year? So some of you are celebrating graduation and some of us are celebrating with our friends. So think about those questions and answer them after we read. All right. We'll go back to the front of the article here. Graduation ceremonies. The school year is ending. Seniors are graduating from schools. They may graduate from high schools or colleges. So you all graduated from high school already, and Pathways is like a college or post-secondary school. So you who are graduating from a vocational and life skills program, similar to a college. Graduation ceremonies are usually in May or June. Ceremonies are those big gatherings where we get together and say congratulations. Graduation ceremonies will be different in 2020. People cannot gather because of the coronavirus. Remember, we could get sick if we gather in a large group. So they cannot gather for graduation ceremonies, which is kind of sad. But seniors have worked very hard. You have all worked very hard at Pathways. And schools still want to celebrate the seniors. We are so happy and so proud of all of you that we want to celebrate. So we're going to do something different, just like a lot of schools. Some schools are having ceremonies online. Seniors can wear caps and gowns. They can join special video calls like Zoom. School leaders say the names of the seniors. Some seniors give speeches. Some schools will have ceremonies in the future. So when we're not as worried about the coronavirus. So there might be waiting to have ceremonies later. The schools hope to have ceremonies during the summer. They hope people can gather then. We are not going to wait because we're not sure, and we really want to help you celebrate now because we are so proud and so happy for you. Schools hope that seniors can be together for ceremonies. They want the seniors to celebrate together. Most ceremonies have special speakers. The speakers give speeches to the seniors. A speaker might be a city leader, like the mayor, an author, someone who writes for the newspaper or writes books, an athlete, who's your favorite NFL player, and more. Many speakers give speeches about the future. Famous people recorded speeches for seniors this year. We're going to check some of these out together on Facebook. The famous people that recorded these speeches include the singer John Legend, the soccer player Abby Wambach, and journalist Katie Couric. The speeches are on a podcast. The podcast is called Commencement, Speeches for the Class of 2020. And you can listen to those on the podcast. Graduating is exciting. Many cities are helping seniors celebrate. Some cities, like the town I live in, Hartford, are having car parades. The seniors drove their cars through the town, and people stood in their yards and cheered and waved to congratulate the seniors. Many seniors are graduating in 2020. Seniors have different plans after graduating. They may go to new schools. We have a lot of students who are graduating from high school, like in Sioux Falls and Brandon and other towns around here. They're graduating from their high school and they're going to come to Pathways. So Pathways will be their new school. They may start new jobs. I know many of you who are graduating are going to start new jobs or look for new jobs. And a lot of you are going to get day services to keep learning some skills and hang out with friends. Congratulations, seniors. All right, we're going to skip ahead here and do our comprehension activities. So some of you received, I think you all got a copy of this, Choose the Picture about graduation ceremonies. So we'll do this together quick, and then we're going to do the comprehension page together, and I will show you the worksheets I sent home for you to do on your own. All right. I'm gonna get my pen out. We have to choose the pictures about 2020 graduation ceremonies. And when I do this, to make sure I don't miss any, I am going to use a scanning technique. That means I start at the top. This is the top left side of the page. So right here, I start at the top left side of the page and I work my way across just like I would if I was reading a book. And I start at the top and I go across. And when I get to the end, I go down to the next line and I go across. So I'm going to show you how I do that. And this is a good technique to use when you're reading or when you're looking for something in a store. You can look at the shelves the same way. All right, the first line says, choose the pictures about 2020 graduation ceremonies. Okay, so I know what we need to do. We need to choose the pictures. It doesn't say how to choose them. Should we put an X or circle? We'll try for a circle, how about? Okay, I finished this line, so I'm gonna go down to the next line and start on the left. The first word is speech. And speech is about 2020 graduation ceremonies. We learned that students, teachers, community leaders, and athletes can give speeches at graduation ceremonies. Seniors. That's right. Seniors is also about graduation ceremonies. Seniors are the students who are graduating. Cap. You're all going to get a graduation cap picture to design just to have fun. If you design a cool one, take a picture of it and post it in our Facebook page. That would be awesome. Boat. Were there any boats in the story we read? Are we going to have graduation on a boat? This is not Sweet Life on Deck. So no. Boat does not have anything to do with the graduation ceremony. We finished this line, so now we're going to go down to the next line and start over here on the left. Graduation ceremony. Yeah, that's what the whole story was about, graduation ceremony. Insects. Do bugs have anything to do with graduation? Probably not. School. Yes. We are graduating from different schools, high schools, colleges, tech schools, Pathways to Life program. Together. When we were reading, we read a lot about how schools want students to be able to graduate together with their friends, but how we can't do it. Not now, anyway. Mud. Nope. I think we can put the bugs in the mud. Nothing about it. All right, podcast. We didn't really talk about what a podcast is yet, but we will. And the story said there were podcasts about graduation by many famous people. So we'll have to check those out. Different. That's right. People are graduating from different schools and they have different plans for after they graduate. Some might be going to a new school or a new job or starting day services. Graduate. Yes. Graduate means you're finished, that you worked really hard and you did everything you needed to do to receive your diploma or your certificate that says, great job on your accomplishment. We're so happy and so proud of you. All right, we finished this line. Let's go down to the last line, gown. Our story did talk about gowns. Remember, graduates wear a cap and gown. We don't do a cap and gown at Pathways because we're not graduating from high school. Celebrate. Good times, come on. We're talking about celebrating after graduation, and we are going to celebrate on Zoom this year. Sleeping bag? No, nothing about a sleeping bag in our story. And online? You're watching this lesson online. We do our Zooms online. We do pretty much everything online right now. So that is definitely about graduation. Did you do as good as I did? I bet so. As long as you were listening to the story, I bet you did amazing. All right, we're going to do the comprehension page together quick, and then we'll be done for today. All right, review page. We're going to do this the same way. We're going to start at the top and work our way across and answer the questions. Number 1, what is the paper about? Is it about Amy Bockerstedt's foundation, growing food at home, or 2020 graduation ceremonies? What do you think? It is about 2020 graduation ceremonies. Did you get the same answer I did? Remember, I want you to pause after I read the question and try to follow along in your packet. This would be your packet that has the newspaper on the front. Follow along in your packet and circle the answers either before I do or with me. Who do schools want to celebrate? When we hear who, we know we're talking about people. Do schools want to celebrate seniors, architects, or spies? Who do you think schools want to celebrate? Seniors. We're celebrating those seniors who have worked so hard. All right, number 3, where are seniors graduating from? When we talk about where, we're talking about a location or a place. We've talked a lot about location and place when you're talking about where to live. So we're looking for a location or place. Where are seniors graduating from? Schools, restaurants, or factories? That's right, schools. They're graduating from schools. That's a wild circle. Number 4, where are some schools having graduation ceremonies? Underwater, in outer space, ooh, or online. Online. We're going to do ours online and do a video. And last but not least, what are usually in May or June? What? Winter dance? In May or June? Graduation ceremonies? Or football games? Well, it's too early for football season. It's definitely not winter. It's got to be graduation ceremonies. All right, that is it for today's lesson. You do have a packet. I sent home 2 different kinds of packets. One looks like this. So you either received one that looks like this or one that looks like this. This one doesn't have quite as much reading in it. And in your packet today, what I'd like you to do, this is in your worksheet packet, is if you have this packet, I'm going to have you do the word definition page. And for this, I want you to write your own definitions for the words. What is a senior? What does graduate mean? What is a school? And what does celebrate mean? Oops, sorry, got off screen there. So if you have this packet, I'd like you to do the word definition. And then if you have the other packets, I would like you to do this cut and label. And you have gown, cap, and school. And I want you to match those words to the picture of the item. And practice matching the symbols for each of our vocab words. So we're going to find the picture that we're going to find the picture that matches the first picture on this. So this row, we would circle this one. So those are the 2 pages I would like you to do if you have help and are able to do them. If you have any questions, remember that you can call me or send me an email. We can also FaceTime or do a video call on Facebook. I'll talk to you again soon.